Well, hello once again, everybody. Your semi-intelligent, better crossed by Barker seed dealer agronomist is out in this wheat field. It's 32, 33 degrees. Humidexes are in the high 30s, pushing 40. And I'm out snooping in the wheat field. It probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I thought we should revisit. This particular field is the one that I spoke of in the first video of the season back when we were looking at very early wheat growth and wheat vigor. This is a field that we have two different planting dates. Here to my left, to the right of the screen, is wheat that was planted in the second week of October. Here on the right side to the screen's left is the wheat that was planted at the end of October. So we've got these two different planting dates, and we're back here looking at them today. If I kind of wiggle to the side here, you can kind of see how this side is just a little taller, a little more vigorous. The maturity is advancing a little quicker. Over here you've got shorter wheat where the heads have got still quite a bit of green in them, and so there's definitely a maturity difference. If you look down into the canopies, you will see on this side there's very little daylight penetrating to the soil line. If you look over on this side and take a look, it's thinner. There's a lot more sunshine hitting the soil surface. All that means is that this crop is just being more efficient from the use of making the good use of solar radiation. This crop over here is missing some of that solar radiation due to the thinner canopy. So there's going to be a yield difference here. I have no idea how much. I almost need my son Brian standing here. He could be better at this, estimating yields one to the next, just with his combine experience. You know, I'm only guessing, and we just know there's going to be a yield difference, but how much is hard to say. Certainly this wheat over here is quite good. I expect it's going to yield just fine, but how much is only time will tell. The other thing that we are looking at closely, and our old friend Fusarium head blight in wheat. Of course, in this area we know we have a routine struggle with it. That's why pretty well every acre in this particular neighborhood gets sprayed with with a triazole fungicide for control of Fusarium head blight. And right now this wheat looks excellent. You really have to look closely to find any amount of Fusarium infection in it. It is there, but it's extremely low levels, and you have to literally calibrate your eyeballs. And what you got to look for are partial heads or parts of the head that are bleached white, whereas the balance of the florets in the head are still green. Or this particular one, you probably won't be able to see it very well, but there's an individual floret on this head that has turned bleached white, and that's indicating that that part of the head is infected with Fusarium head blight. It's at low levels. I honestly don't think it's going to be an issue at all, but if it was at higher levels, this Fusarium head blight will spread down into the head. If you've got the wrong moisture and environmental conditions, and create some problems, delayed harvest, etc., can create some quality problems. However, I don't see enough in here to really be a problem. But if you're looking around and looking closely, you have to get out of the truck and go into the field. But if you look closely and see a bit of a bleached head, rest assured that's Fusarium. So the other thing that we just want to make brief mention, I'm not sure how we're going to deal with this yet, but if you go to this wheat over here, we've got quite a spread in the types of heads. The main heads, the main tiller of the wheat, the primary head is got good size to it. The secondary tillers are much smaller. They're pretty dainty, they're tiny, they're going to be late, and we're going to potentially, certainly in areas that are a little bit worse than this field, and there's lots of them, we're going to have issues with trying to time this stuff. It's going to be a pig to put through the combine unless we kill it. We'll have to try killing it with glyphosate, take some of these heads out. And how do we time it? For glyphosate to be effective and for glyphosate to be safe, we know that what they call the peduncle, which is the part of the stem immediately below the head, that peduncle has to turn brown. In other words, as the head starts to tip a little bit and this stem turns from green to brown, all that indicates is that the flow from the head, the flow of nutrients from the head and to the head, it's essentially stopped. And so anything we apply then has no chance of getting into the grain. The trick is going to be how we time these weaker fields that have such a spread in the main head to the tiller heads. And today, standing here, I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but we'll just have to kind of figure that out as we go and do our best. But that's it for today. It's warm and hot enough out here. The corn and the soybean crops are sure enjoying it. I'm not so much, but I think I'm going to slip inside and cool off for a few minutes. So take care, have a great day, and prosperous week. Thank you.